If you look at the worst of those 10 periods of inflation, most people, I do, think of the 1980s. And most people consider Paul Volcker to be a hero because the Federal Reserve Chairman got inflation down. And a lot of people think that the chair, the Federal Reserve then did it all by himself by raising interest rates so high, causing unemployment to go up so high, causing a lot of pain. He didn't do it alone. Congress helped him. When the Reagan administration came in, the Reagan administration, first thing it cut taxes, which was inflationary. No question. But then the Reagan administration and the United States Congress worked with the Federal Reserve, whereby the Federal Reserve would raise interest rates, but Congress tried to slow the growth in spending. Not cut spending in the sense of our budget this year will be less than last year, just slowing the growth in spending and slowing debt accumulation. And that's how we conquered, other than now, the worst inflationary period in the United States. It wasn't just the Federal Reserve. Congress did its part. We have to slow the rate of growth in our budget, and we have to slow the accumulation of debt. Now, you say, not you literally, Mr. President, but one might say, well, Congress doesn't have to do anything, Kennedy. The United States Senate can do what it wants, and that's true. That's true. But if we don't slow the rate of growth in our spending, if we don't slow the accumulation of debt, that is going to cause the Federal Reserve to raise interest rates even higher, to slow the economy, to raise the unemployment rate, to throw people out of work. And all I'm saying, Mr. President, we all hate inflation. Nobody wants this inflation. And we can debate till the cows come home about what caused it. Okay? Was it supply chains? Is it Ukraine? Is it Putin? I happen to think a big part of it is demand pull inflation. And we just spent too much money once the pandemic was over. But I know many of my Democratic friends disagree with me. But they shouldn't disagree with me on this. We need to do our part to help our Federal Reserve, because the Federal Reserve is not raising interest rates just to raise rates. It's raising interest rates, which is its job, to throw people out of work. And if this has to raise interest rates to 10 or 12% and keep them there, we're going to have 10 plus million Americans out of work. And you know what's worse than not having enough money to pay for what you need? Not having any money, losing your job. Congress can help, but it's going to require help from both sides, both Democrats and Republicans. We're going to have to agree to spend less money. We just are. And I know we have needs. And I'm not saying cut the budget in half, but we have got to reduce the rate of growth in our spending, and we have got to reduce the rate of accumulation in our debt. And even then, we won't be able to avoid all the pain of inflation. But we'll be able to save, I predict, millions and millions of jobs that we'd otherwise lose to these high interest rates. And I know not all my colleagues agree with me. They don't. I've got Republican colleagues. I know that there are some of my Democratic friends, but I've got some Republican colleagues who think that how much we spend makes no difference. They think it makes absolutely no difference. And with all the respect I can muster, they are wrong. And all you have to do is look at history. And the only way we conquered inflation the last time it was this bad, in the 1980s, was through the cooperation of the Federal Reserve doing its job on the monetary side, but also this Congress doing its job on the fiscal side.
Thanks for watching, and if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. And while you're at it, please leave us a comment. Thank you for watching.